Yeah, and many of our viewers might be new to myofascial release, or they never maybe have heard of some of the concepts that we talk about. Can you maybe go through a quick overview or share with our listeners a little bit more on the concept of unwinding?
Yes, when I talk about unwinding to my clients, a lot of times I just try and let them understand it's a natural process. I kind of equate it as it's our body's way of resetting itself when it's had stress, physical, emotional trauma. And I kind of, the way I equate it is kids, when they are young, they do it naturally when they sleep at night, and turning that happens overnight is their body's way of resetting itself. And I call that some physical unwinding, but also it can also help with emotional unwinding. But think about your body being tight and restricted and it moving and getting the motion back. Um, to trigger an unwinding, it's just a phrase that's given to what I call a reset. And the body wants to do it. The body wants to go back to being relaxed and comfortable and at ease when it's had stress or trauma of some kind put on it.
Mhm.
And it can be as simple as I was treating someone who had hurt their shoulder, and as I was giving a little bit of a stretch to the shoulder actually started to move itself a little bit, and that's what we call unwinding. It's like the internal wisdom of our body. I equate it as the same that's telling your heart how fast to beat and how to heal. It knows what it needs. And as we stretch it as a therapist, the body then does what it needs to do to move to help itself release. And sometimes there's emotions involved with that also, like what I was discussing with my father, that incident, that
Yeah, and I
during
think
that. Yeah, go ahead.
I think what's important too for people to know, and you touch base on this, is unwinding is a natural phenomenon within our
Hmm.
bodies. It's not something that the therapist is making this happen. It's not something that they can make happen. It's
Hmm.
when we truly surrender control and start to take those breaks off that our body, that innate wisdom that's in our body, it will naturally start to move. And I know that you have probably experienced this, but when I bring this concept up with individuals,
Hmm.
um, after maybe they're having an arm unwinding or something in that nature, they're like, it feels so good when you move my body. And I said, well, I'm not actually moving it, we're following it. And so
Hmm.
I think that's an important concept. We can't make anything happen. This is innate within all of us.
Um, the thing I like to remind our anyone that I'm working with is that the body's number one goal is to be alive and healthy.
Mhm.
And so it wants to be at a state of relaxation and peace and ease. And so the unwinding is the body's way of trying to get the physical or emotional stress or tension out so that it can get back. And unfortunately, we've been taught from an early age shut down feelings or emotions or to sit still and not move. And so we've learned to hinder that process.